And away we go. Welcome, friends. I am Sam Schneider. I am Badbeard, host of this the show, this podcast, and we are currently at Road Atlanta, Moto America. This is the first race of the series, I believe, but it's stop number 3.
Yep.
And I have 2 new friends. We're in the clutch control fan zone, Allen Lane spot, and I just met you guys through a couple of my last guests.
Oh, yeah.
And so you're hopping in the hot seat. Why don't we just start with who you are, what you do, and we'll go from there.
Okay. Hey, peace, everybody. I am Trey B. My Instagram is TreyB_on_2. My YouTube channel is Ripping on 2 Wheels, and you can see it right there on the shirt. And if you subscribe to my channel, I have a great channel. I do a lot of traveling, do a lot of not a whole lot of reviews, just a lot of me stuff, and that's pretty much it, man. You know,
Like lifestyle.
Yeah, lifestyle channel. That's it. You know,
Okay.
we travel, and my wife is usually with me. She has I brought a 24 Road Glide.
Oh
Same one
shoot!
that my bike
You couldn't get a 25?
Nah, I was trying to get a 26, but yeah, I ride that. I have a Street Glide also. I did more riding on my Street Glide, but now I switched over to the Road Glide. So just adventure, man. I got a lot of stuff planned this year, and hope it just gets better and grows better. So.
That's awesome. And
I'm Grop. My YouTube is Grop Life.
Are you saying GROP?
GROPP.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, sorry. I forget to spell it half the time, but it's Grop Life on YouTube and on Instagram. I've got a 24 Road Glide as well, just kind of documenting going and traveling and a little bit of lifestyle and some reviews on the bike and mods, but just kind of playing with YouTube and seeing where that goes right now.
That's a great introduction for both of you because this show isn't specific to motorcycles. Yes, we are at Moto America, Road Atlanta, and you guys are arriving on 2024 Road Glides, but your background as filmers, creators, storytellers, that's what also interests me. And so to hear that that's what you guys do, what brought you to that space? Was it motorcycles or was it your creative sense first?
Well,
Grop had an OnlyFans.
Actually, I have no comment. I took a big cross-country trip last year on my. I had a Road King, and after I came back from the trip, everybody was like, "Why didn't you film this? Why didn't you post out more stuff?" Because I went and just was in a whole bunch of crazy locations. So I kind of started doing that after the trip. I've been in the music business for the last 14, 15 years, and
like a triangle guy or cymbals or.
I owned a recording studio.
Oh, excuse me.
I was producing and engineering, but after that trip, I got an offer on my house that the studio was built into and sold it, and now I'm just kind of out and traveling and doing YouTube, getting out of the music industry a little bit.
Well, and then so as you make your videos, is the music component a big piece that you're scoring your?
No, actually, I'm not. He is.
Oh.
I'm just going through and using generic stuff to edit quick. But. No, really, I've kind of just been backing away from the music industry a little bit since last year when I closed down the studio. And
it wasn't love lost. It was just a matter of timing that you're like, oh, it's not that I'm jaded by.
A little bit of just a little burnout, a little bit too many paint by numbers for rap, and just time to move on to do something different. Like I said, I've been doing it for 13 and 15 years, and I got a good offer on the house, and it was just time to take it. And I kind of like being out instead of in a dark little room all the time. Actually being out in the sun and having the camera and doing things like that's a lot more fun.
That's great.
Yeah, and that's what brought us together. I mean, not together, but that's what brought our friendship together. Just music. I seen that he was a musician, and kind of getting into the YouTube game. And so I was a musician. I traveled and emceed and produced for a couple years, and so I got burned out, and I just wanted to do something different, and I love motorcycling, so I said, you know what, let me try YouTubing. And what I do now is I produce all my own background music for my YouTube videos. So, it just burned out. I was burned out doing it.
Similar music, you guys are both come from rap game?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What type of artists were you working with? Anybody that we're going to recognize? You guys were big Kesha guys?
Most of my stuff was a lot of independent artists. I think the biggest thing I recorded were guitars for Juicy J one time, and I worked with Baby Keem once. But those are the largest artists. And I did some mixing for Thug and Gucci back in the day, but that was 10 years ago. So That's probably the largest.
I was based in Texas, so a lot of the Texas artists, I've done shows with them, Slim Thug, Lil Kiki, all those Texas guys that people may know. But as far as like, working with them and, doing songs and music with them, not any big artists. We were all just independent, traveling around. I did a kind of like the last thing that I did musically, as a solo artist. I did a European tour. I did Amsterdam, Rotterdam, Berlin, and the Czech Republic. So,
oh, cool.
Yeah, I did that, and once I came back from that, it's just, I was doing everything. I was formerly with a group, and then I kind of went solo, and so doing everything, mixing, mastering, booking shows, editing videos. It just, it just burned me out. So,
yeah.
A little bit more freedom on the road, and I was dealing with some, some personal stressors and things that I needed to kind of address, and so being on the motorcycle kind of helped me get through that part of my life.
Throttle therapy, I believe they call it.
Yes.
Yeah. I live by the saying, like, keep ripping. That's kind of like my thing, like, keep ripping. And so many people, veterans and just normal, civilian, everything, they use motorcycling as therapy, like you say, throttle therapy. And so I say keep ripping. My channel is Ripping on Two Wheels. Why did I come up with that? Because it's a way for me to rip away any kind of stressors, any kind of, traumatic events, just anything that's holding me back, any restraints, just ripping them away. So I call it Ripping on Two Wheels.
Yeah. So while you guys are riding around, obviously music having a big influence in your lives, are you really selective about the tracks that you're bumping on the 24 road glides? And have you already changed the speakers? You got the Rock for Fosgates? Like, who you got?
No, I run the Cardo in my helmet.
Okay, Cardo guys.
So I'm listening to that.
Shout out to Taylor at Cardo. Love your stuff.
Hey, Cardo.
Hey. Cardo, yeah.
Check the channel. Check Ripping on Two Wheels out. Check us out. Yeah, I have a playlist. I actually have a playlist that I put together for Spotify, like a public playlist, but I have everything in there from, I have a Frank Sinatra song in there. I have, Papa Roach, Nirvana, Dr. Dre, just everything in there. So just a wide variety of music.
Yeah, I just keep mine on basically like a shuffle, and plus on the new bikes, it's so easy to go in there and change your music really quick. I'm all the way over from pop music to rock music, depending on where I'm at and what kind of like ride I'm doing. Everything. If I'm just like cruising, I listen to something chill. But if I'm like in the mountains cutting up some like tight little twisty roads, I've got loud rock going.
Okay. Yeah. Well, then, so when you guys came from the music side of things, the software you would use, the tools and how you would use them, what has been the transfer over to the video side? Like, is it easily adoptable, or you're just like, man, old dog, new tricks, let's go?
It's pretty easy. It's just remembering the shortcuts for the different softwares are just like slightly different. So switching between the two, like I hopped back into Pro Tools to do some audio work the other day, and then I went to like click something. I was like, oh no, I just did a Premiere shortcut in Pro Tools. What's wrong with me?
Luckily, you didn't delete anything. I've done that, just trying to remember, just working it with the different programs. But because I had to edit my own videos, like it's just a process. It's just a matter. I think the hardest thing is just going through the footage and dropping everything in there. But once it's in there, I'm just right through it.
Okay.
Because it's, like I said, I had to edit my own videos for so long. So it's nothing to me.
So are you good at killing the kittens? Are you familiar with that expression?
No.
So that is something to do where when you're culling footage, if you shot, let's assume a terabyte of stuff, if you shot 1,000 clips and you're only going to use like 30 of them are good. Are you able to go through and go dog shit, good? You're good at that.
Yeah.
I
love it all.
I do a lot of that. So sometimes I look back at footage and some of it's just camera footage. Pocket footage. I got my camera on in my pocket, or I got my my GoPro just down at the ground, so I have to go through it. And it's like 8 minutes. One clip. When we went on our trip a couple weeks ago, I had 8 minutes of just at the ground. I'm like, what the heck is this?
When I was in Daytona and I went to Destination Daytona, my camera accidentally kicked back on when I put it in the saddlebag. So it had like an hour of just and people walking around.
ASMR.
Oh yeah.
Actually, it was about 30 minutes of it. Yeah, this is when it cut the battery off. But I got back and I went to pick it up. I was like, camera won't work. Put the battery in and went on. Put it into the computer later. And I was like, oh,
got it.
Oops.
So what do you ride, man? Do you ride at all?
I ride many things. I am I got too many jokes in my head. A creature of comfort, and so whatever I have in the stable, the stable of the day is what I'm riding today. I'm in on a BMW R9T. It's a great bike, scrambler. Not my bike, though. Is a gentleman who actually helped put the show together in its original form, Alan D'Antoni, who will be out here later. But I have a custom Triumph Speed Triple. It's really cool. You may recognize it. It's like a famous custom bike. The guys from Classified Moto out of Richmond, Virginia, built it. They built all the Walking Dead bikes, so it's got this really cool Mad Max aesthetic.
Oh, cool.
It's got a huge truck tire on the back, the side-by-side. And so it's, a sport bike, but with a huge tire. And it still goes unreasonably fast for what it is. But then also, too, I love going down the highway on a couch. And so whenever I can be on a road glide, street glide, sign me up.
Yeah.
But then, ADV, travel, dual sport, give me the Multistrada, give me the Tigers. I'll take it all. And there's even the errant thought that I'm like, what if I took the show on the road and just got a Pan America and just locked in with 3 cameras down the highway? That could be fun.
I rode one of those for the first time yesterday.
What'd you think?
The seat was really uncomfortable for me.
Excellent. Well, you're a tall guy. How tall are you?
I'm 6'3".
Yeah.
So I felt.
I mean, I'm almost 6'6", it's like 5'10".
Yeah, I was like this on the bike, so it was very weird going from the road glide to that.
Yeah.
But let's swap the seat out and bring the bars up a little bit. It's a cool bike.
Yeah.
I like the fact that it kind of drops down a little bit.
Yeah.
I like that.
Only bad thing is it sounds like a bucket of bolts being shook the whole time that you get on it.
Oh, hot dang, it's a Harley.
Yeah, but that's way worse.
Well, so we're at Road Atlanta Moto America. What about the event brought you here today? Was it the Bagger Racing? Was it Superbikes? Or was it knowing that you could dick around here in the fan zone? What was your agenda?
Just fellowship. Just wanted to come out. Meet people, hang out, and then watch the races. That's it.
Yeah.
I kind of grew up coming to Road Atlanta for different races, and with my dad doing, he used to race cars, and I did the Panos race school here when I was 20 or 21. So when he told me the race was going on this weekend, I was like, oh, yeah, I'll definitely go. I love that track, and anytime to be up at Road Atlanta is a good time. So I wanted to come to that. I missed the Bagger race when I was in Daytona, so I was like, I'm going to try and check it out now that I'm close to Atlanta. I'll go out there and see it. So it's kind of what brought me up here and hang out with Trey and meet some other people.
And be on a podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just kind of have a good day, see what happens.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We appreciate you.
Hey,
That's pretty cool.
So it's fun because I'm trying to maintain the ease of operation so that it's still fun for me.
Yeah.
Because granted, I feel like this is episode 20-something that to me it's in its infancy. And it's going to keep climbing and growing. And I may have mentioned at the beginning, although we're here on motorcycles today at a motorcycle racing event, this isn't a motorcycle show because it's so much more, talking about music and the video side of things. And so meeting everybody, obviously I had no idea who you were 2 minutes before you were sitting here. And so it's great, the idea being real people, real conversations that we can have. And so hopefully the people that begin following enjoy them, and we all learn something along the way, and hopefully laugh with us, not at us. But so far so good, and it's fun, and we're gonna keep having them. But this is the portion of the show where you get the chance to now tell whoever's watching where can we find you, what's got coming up next. It's your time to shine in these two cameras.
Let's see which one. Grop Life, GROPP Life on Instagram and YouTube. Right now, I'm in nomad mode, bouncing around, trying to decide where I'm going to live. So it's just a lot of me traveling and popping up in different random locations, and that's about all I've got going on.
Popped up here.
Yeah, I don't even know where I'm sleeping tonight.
The AC's on, but you're welcome.
Yeah, I'm on Instagram. I'm Trey B_on_2. My YouTube channel, once again, Gripping on Two Wheels, and that's it. I got a couple rides coming up. New Orleans, going to Sturgis this year, going to Milwaukee for the Harley Homecoming. Hopefully planning a trip across the United States. So that's pretty much it.
Well, drag him up to some heights. Get him on some big mountains.
Listen. Let me tell you the story.
Okay.
So I don't know why. I have a fear of heights, as a lot of people do.
That's fair.
But you don't take a man who has a fear of heights on a motorcycle on curvy roads up hills. So that's what we did. The last ride that we went, we went up to the Blue Ridge Mountains, and like the first hour, this guy's just disappearing. And I'm just like, oh, Jesus. And then I have my wife behind me who rides, and she's just singing. We have a car doors on, she's singing the whole time. Oh, babe, it's fine. I'm like, Jesus Christ. But once we got into it and I kind of settled down, I was fine. So
yeah, we got to the bottom of the hill. I was like, hey, man, where you been? He's like, dude, I'm afraid of heights. I was like, you didn't tell me this.
He had no idea. He had no idea.
Is the uphill as bad as the downhill? Is one worse than the other for you?
The downhill is cool. Well, no, it's the uphill. Uphill is the worst part. The downhill, I know it's almost over. But the uphill part is what. But like I said, once we settled into it, I did good. I did 2 years ago. I went up to Sturgis, and we went up to like Iron Mountain and all that, the Needles Highway, and I was suffering from a concussion, so it was the same. It was hot, and I'm going up there, and I was with my brother, and he's just like scraping, all that good stuff, and I'm just like, man, slow down, man. He's like, oh man, come on, let's do it. But this guy had me up there, and I made it through there. And so
I always tell people if they follow me that I will, if I leave you, I'll catch you at the next stop sign. I won't leave you permanently, but I'm going to enjoy the curves, enjoy your own ride, don't feel pressure.
That is very important. Stay within your own lane of what's comfortable. You never need to go outside of that.
Yeah.
Outside of that is also off the edge of the cliff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I took an extra pair of underwear also. 'Cause I didn't know, I seen this, the route, it was like the highest, one of the roads up there was like the highest point in Georgia. Was it Brasstown Bald or something? So I'm sitting there looking at the day before, I'm sitting there looking at the route, and I'm like, oh man. And I see that Brasstown Bald on there, I was like, oh man. So I just took a pair of extra underwear, threw them in the saddlebag, just in case.
Well, you heard it here first. Keep on Ripping tells you to dress for the ride, not the slide.
Yep.
2 pairs of underwear.
Yeah.
2 pairs of underwear.
That's what the look. Ripping on 2 wheel. The 2 stands for 2 pair.
All right, guys.
Make
Well, I
skid
appreciate
marks.
you.
You're gonna make some more skid marks.
Yeah.
Double skid marks. Okay.
Yeah, rip the skid marks in the underwear.
Well, again, I appreciate you, and I look forward to our next encounter.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the race today.
Yeah, appreciate you.
Cheers.
Hey, Bad Beard. Follow Bad Beard. All right.
Hey, that was it. What do you think?
That was
man,
fun.
that's
Thank
cool.
you.
I like that.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah, man, that's cool.
I appreciate you